the Department of Justice said in a late Monday filing that all of FTX founders Sam Bankman-Fried's proposed witnesses should be just disqualified from testifying. Joining us to discuss this is CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nikhilesh, who is also editor of CoinDesk State of Crypto newsletter. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning.
Are you able
welcome
to keep
to
track
the show
of
that
what's
never
going on
ends.
with the new filings?
Yeah,
exactly what I was going to say, because while you were sleeping, I don't know how many filings have come.
Many filings. So the Monday filings are pretty straightforward, right? There's some procedural things that the two parties are going through. One of those is earlier this month, they announced who they wanted to, call as witnesses and as expert witnesses. On Monday, there was a deadline for the parties to say that they don't want the other side to call certain witnesses, what are called Doe-Bird motions. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Basically, the DOJ says that all 7 of Sam Bankman-Fried's proposed expert witnesses should be disqualified and barred from testifying for various reasons, ranging from they have no idea what the witnesses are planning to say because their disclosures were inadequate or didn't have information, to saying that they're, not talking about relevant topics. Some of these witnesses plan to talk about, explain what blockchains do and how cryptocurrencies work. There was a witness who wanted to explain how crypto lending programs work. You have witnesses who are, in theory, experts on certain issues. They moved to disqualify one witness because they believe that he is not an expert on anything crypto. So just a wide range of reasons why they say, okay, all 7 of these witnesses should be, prevented from testifying. On the other side, the Sam Bankman-Fried's team said that they want to prevent one of the DOJ witnesses from testifying, saying that, he would be improperly instructing the jury on the law. And basically, he wasn't really adding anything new. He was just re-litigating the DOJ's existing complaint.
Nick, is this procedural? Is this just part of the strategy here for the DOJ to say, look, these witnesses are not relevant to this case? Or is this indicative of a group of, unideal witnesses?
It does seem like this is just a procedural thing. The DOJ had proposed a number of witnesses. Sam Bankman-Fried's team only is moving to block 1. Sam Bankman-Fried's team appears to have only proposed those 7 expert witnesses. And, the motion to try and exclude them, that's a procedural thing. I'm not sure if it's unusual that they're moving to disqualify all of them. But, again, they had a lengthy filing, 45 pages or so, basically walking through each witness and saying, okay, here's why this person should not be, allowed to testify.
In a letter to the judge, the defense says it is unable to adequately prepare for trial and prepare the defense, which is a violation of SPF's Sixth Amendment rights. Is that something that one could read as them basically saying, well, if you're going to go down the road that the prosecution is proposing, then we can't really make a defense?
Yeah, so this is basically an argument that the defense has been making since Sam Bankman-Fried's bail was revoked earlier this month, right? In a couple filings now, they've said that, before he was detained, Bankman-Fried had been putting, quote, 80 to 100 hours per week into preparing his defense. Now that's limited severely in, various ways because, A, he doesn't have the same kind of computer access he used to have. He doesn't have the same kind of access to his lawyers he used to have. He is unable to continue working on this, electronic database that he's been building, a spreadsheet, which honestly sounded like a Google Sheet document that, was containing information for the defense team to work on. So they've been making this argument since he was detained. There will be a hearing on that today, actually, it's about 9:41 a.m. Eastern right now. This is going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern, or 1:30 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So in just a few short hours, we will hear arguments about this in court, but it's an argument that the defense has made for 2 weeks or two and a half weeks now, basically saying, Bankman-Fried has a right to a defense. That's part of his Sixth Amendment rights. And because he's now in jail and not out, in his parents' place, he is unable to adequately work on it.
All right, Nick, thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
That was CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day. Don't forget to sign up for the State of Crypto newsletter on CoinDesk.com.